get Mudzie the Moose all ready for Halloween. So I'm going to start with his face. I usually start with the face. I don't know why. It's just what I like to do. And I'm using my Twinkling H20's, and this color is called Cedarwood. Now I'm going to be putting pink in his ear later, so this is how I prepare this area. I want to make sure it's just blending slightly into the center where I'm going to be putting the pink. I do that with a slightly damp brush coming back in later after I've laid the color down and just removing the color as I go here. Just making it really light and rubbing it on my little rag I always keep next to me when I'm painting. Always going lighter around the eyes so that you can see the eyes, they stand out, because that shows expression, and you don't want to color really dark around eyes, because it loses something when you do that. You can't see the expression. Again, I don't like how dark that is, so I come in again with a clean brush, and it's just slightly damp, and I just go along removing color as I go, and then dipping it in the water to clean it off, and rubbing it on the towel. And using a clean brush just to put down a bit of water wherever I'm going to paint. The one that I've got the color on is a number 6 round watercolor brush. Get them at your local art supply store. See where I just removed just a little bit of color just to cause a blend, nice blend. Now going back in with my clean brush. There was no paint on that second brush, and that's a number 4 that I'm using. I got the 2 brushes here. Number 4 and a number 6. See the difference in the tips. Put down the water with my number 4, put down the color with my number 6. Blend with the number 4. And you don't want it really wet, it's just going to be slightly damp. If it's really wet, you're going to get huge puddles that you don't want. I'm just going back in some areas where I want some shading. Oh, too much water. Just took a little bit off with my fingers. And I'm not super careful when I'm watercoloring. I like to have a few areas where the paint actually doesn't even reach, because you leave little highlights when you do that, and it just brings it to life. I like the effect. It's an imperfect kind of look. More artsy, if you might say. Artsy fartsy. My kids are going to roll their eyes at that one. Okay, now I'm just going to come in with the number 4 and just, there we go. Blend it. And then more shadows. Oopsies, I went over the edge. I can fix that later. Later I'll come in with a Kleenex and just dab that off. Just wet it with a clean brush and then dab it off. Again, more shading here. Oh, his ear. His little ear on the other side. Watercoloring is quite a process. It takes a while to really learn the techniques. It takes a lot of practice, but it isn't really that hard. Once you've tried it a few times and start seeing what you can do with the paintbrushes and with the water, it's actually tremendously fun. You get this sense of power. It's like, what? I can do that? That's awesome. Just wanted some more shading here.